Attention swimmers and coaches, this warm-up session is now over. We ask for your cooperation to lead to the competition rule at this time.
Votre attention s'il vous plaît. Starter et entraîneur, la période d'essai, le chauffement est maintenant terminé. Et s'il vous plaît, sortez de la piscine.
Time to bring on Barcelona. It's the final day of competition at the 2013 Canadian Swimming World Championship Trials. Ryan Cochran continued his dominance in the 400 free as he posted the 4th fastest time in the world.
Yeah, it's super encouraging, and it's nice to get my hand on the wall and make the team, because I think it's going to be a really great team this summer.
And now, his signature event, the grueling 1500, with his eyes set squarely on gold in Spain and then gold in Rio. It's Cochran sending a message to the rest of the world, and it all begins now.
Well, hi everyone, and welcome to the final day of racing here at the 2013 World Championship Swimming Trials taking place in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia. My name is Colin Sood, and right beside me is one of our most decorated swimmers ever in the history of Canadian swimming, Joanne Millar. And Joe, the team is almost set for Barcelona. It's time to identify the real threats for podium finishes and final swims. Some amazing names like the Abdel Khalik brothers and Erica Seltenreich-Hodgson, Noemi Thomas, some fresh young faces that will make the threat this summer. You made a threat a little bit in '94, coming fourth in the 400 IM at 17 years of age. My question to you is, what do these swimmers need to do to make that leap onto international success?
swimming is so exciting and so thrilling and so intense. They really need to absorb it all. But if I look back on my career, the one thing I really wish I did a little bit more of was really have that deep-set core belief that I could be the best in the world and I deserve to be the best in the world. And earlier this week, we did talk to Ryan Cochran and Blake Worsley, and they both mentioned the same thing, belief. And Ryan Cochran sees gold everywhere, and I loved hearing that because I truly believe our Canadian swimmers need to believe that we are the best in the world, we can be the best in the world, we deserve to be the best in the world between our coaching, our training, our facilities, and take that inner belief with them to the international stage. There's other countries that have been walking around the pool deck forever just with that belief, and I think it's time Canada did the same.
Well, trust your program, trust your coach, and it will translate into success. And someone who's had some incredible success on the international stage and the national stage, she won the 200-meter backstroke this week. Hillary Caldwell, I want to welcome Hillary to the stage, and thanks for coming on the program. Hillary, 200 backstroke national champion. How does that sound to you?
Feels pretty good. I mean, I was ecstatic to make the Olympic team last year, coming second, but first definitely makes it that much better. Yeah.
And Hillary, it was refreshing to hear you talk after your 200 that you had a disappointing 100 and you had to really fight back for that 200. And not only did you get the Canadian title, but you almost broke the Canadian record. I thought you were actually gonna get it. Is that something you have targeted for World Championships?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my first 150 was right on pace, so it's just the last 50's got to be a little faster. But
so what is someone like you going to be working on over the next couple months to get that?
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hard training, a lot of fitness stuff, getting my backstroke even more in shape, so the back half of my race is even faster. Good.
Hillary, I got to ask you, you swim in such an amazing atmosphere of talent. Ryan Cochran, Eric Hedlund, Alec Page. What is it like to swim in that fantastic circle?
It's great. I mean, the dynamic definitely changed this year. Like we had Blake and Julia finish or move programs, and it got a little younger. But it's kind of refreshing to have these new guys coming up and swimming fast, and they're super positive on deck. So it's great.
Hillary, we talked earlier about believing in yourself. Do you see yourself with that time, if you are on Canadian record pace, you should easily make finals at Worlds and possibly have a chance for a medal? Can you see that happening for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only way you're ever going to make finals is if you think it's possible and you know you can do it. So I'm really looking forward to Worlds and to swimming really well. So.
Well, Hillary, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Thanks so much, and best of luck in Barcelona.
Thank you.
That's Hillary Caldwell, 200 backstroke national champion. Unbelievable swim this week, and you expect great things from her coming up in the summer. But before we get to the finals, let's take a look at what happened this morning. And it was some fast swimming, no doubt. First off, we have the 200-meter IM for the women. And Joanne, there are some World Championship bursts already in this final.
Absolutely. The top qualifier in the orange cap from Go Kingfish is Erica Selton-Wright-Hodgson. She wants to qualify in this event. She's already made it in the 400 IM, but she is going to be pushed by several other women. One of those is Alexa Kormanicki. She won the 400 IM. She's going to be very strong on the back half. And Marnie Aldershaw, she was second this morning. She hasn't made the team yet, and you better believe it's going to be a fight for those top two positions because they should be under that FINA A cut.
Up next, we've got the 200-meter IM for men, and one of the most charismatic leaders on the team, Andrew Ford, leading the way.
That's right. Andrew Ford has really been specializing in this event, the 200 IM. He did not swim the 400 IM here. He's looking for his ticket to Barcelona World Championships tonight. He swam this at the Olympics. He was 15th in the semifinal. This morning, he was only 3/10 off that time, so look for a great swim for him tonight.
The 200-meter breaststroke up next, and it looks to be matching up to a three-horse race, Van Bylen, McCabe, and McGregor.
Tara Van Bylen had a breakout year last year. At the Olympics, she placed 9th in the 100. She was 21st in the 200. Look for her to set the tone and the speed for this race. Also, Martha McCabe, she is a world champion bronze medalist from 2011. She is qualified first in this event. At the Olympics, she thrilled us all, finishing 5th in this event. And also, Ashley McGregor, she wants to make this team. 2 will go if they're under that FINA cut.
One of our most decorated swimmers ever in the history of Canadian swimming, his son leading the way in the 200-meter breaststroke for men.
This race is actually quite open, but Ashton Bauman is the man to beat tonight. He is the top qualifier, and if he wins this will be his first national team and his first berth to the World Championships.
Next up, it's the 800-meter freestyle for women, and the women have shown strong swimming here in the freestyle events this week thus far, Joe.
And that's Savannah King there. She won the 400 freestyle. She's also made the 4x200 free relay. She was 15th in this event, so she's very strong, but she is going to be pushed by Alexa Kormanicki. She won the 400 IM. She swam the 800 free at the Olympics, was 11th. She was just off the Canadian record there, so this should be a great race tonight.
This next event needs no introduction, the 1500 meter freestyle, and the man to beat, there he is, Ryan Cochran.
He is our silver medalist from the London Olympics, gave us a thrill with that race. Tonight he's got big plans. His coach Randy Bennett wants to see him work this race under load of the 400 and 800. He was 4th in the world in his 400 yesterday, and we are excited to see where he's going to rank in the world tonight in this 1500. It should be all him tonight.
Well, there we go. There's a view of our pool. It's going to be an exciting night of racing here at the Saanich Commonwealth Place. And Joanne, I got to ask you real quick, Ryan Cochran, how would you gauge his performance this week thus far?
Well, I know he said he wasn't thrilled with his performances. He thought he could go faster, but 4th in the world is not bad. But I love that he's not satisfied with 4th in the world. He wants to be number 1.
And he races against a young up-and-comer in the 1500 as well. We get to see that tonight in Eric Hedlund. How close do you think that race is going to match up here?
Well, we've heard from Eric Hedlund and his coach that he wants to break that 15-minute barrier. Ryan Cochran, I'll be surprised if he can get down to his time from the Olympics, but they may be within 10 to 15 seconds of each other, so that's going to look like almost a full 25 meters will look like a big difference. So we'll see how that goes tonight.
Of course, the island swimming contingent, it is incredibly strong here. The middle distance freestyle events led by Randy Bennett, the head coach. He's a fantastic middle freestyler coach, and it's showed in these world championships. There we have, as you see, a former head coach of the Olympic team, Dave Johnson, making his presence known here in Cascade, one of the fastest clubs at this meet. But first, before we get to the finals, let's go downstairs for the national anthem and Melanie Yu.
In the singing of our national anthem.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous demandons à tout le monde de se lever pour l'hymne national chanté par Melanie Yu.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sense command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the truth not strong and free, from far and wide. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep of land, glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Melanie Yu with our national anthem this evening.
All right, well, here we go. It's our final session at these 2013 Canadian World Championship Swimming Trials. Fresh young faces making the team on this A squad. Up next, we have the 800-meter freestyle, and there's our lineup. A possible berth for Tabitha Bauman, daughter of Alex Bauman. Wouldn't that be a fantastic story, Joanne?
Absolutely. We've got some veterans to Team Canada on here, and if Tabitha pulls this off, it'll be her first national team, and her brother later on tonight is also going to be vying for his first national team performance. And one thing to note here, top-ranked Alexa Kormanicki is racing this event, and probably within 15 minutes, also the 200 IM. So she's got a really tough double here tonight, Colin. I think it's great that she's swimming both these races.
You're no stranger to that in your swimming career, and
you know
how do you deal with that? That was my question. How do you cope with that?
And when you think about it, a lot of swimmers panic about it, but in workout, you're doing hard set after hard set and repeat after repeat. And watching the Olympics between Michael Phelps and Lochte and Missy Franklin, they're all doing that and managing, and you just have to make sure you manage your warm down properly and get back up. And once the adrenaline goes, you can keep going. It's pretty amazing. Again, believe in your training. You can do it.
All right, well, here we go. The women's 800-meter freestyle. Alexa Kormanicki, the fastest qualifier. Of course, we spoke about her earlier, Tabitha Bauman. The second fastest qualifier, Savannah King. But first, there she is, Karen Jewell in lane 8, 19 years old. Over in lane 1, Sophia Sarukian from Edmonton Piano Swim Club, 14 years young. That is Heather Maitland from the Toronto Swim Club. And in lane number 3, Tabitha Bauman. There's Bridget Cooley in lane number 6, 19 years old from the Hamilton Aquatic Club. I'm sorry, that was Lexi Atchison over there in lane 2. That's Tabitha Bauman in lane number 3. Savannah King in lane number 5, looking ready to go. And the fastest qualifier in lane number 4. Big smile from Alexa Kormanicki. The Canadian record, of course, is 8:27.59, held by Brittany Reimer.
And look to lane 4 and 5, Alexa Kormanicki and Savannah King. They are over 10 seconds faster than the rest of the field. So this should be a two-woman show here. But this is a chance where the rest of the field can really break out and drop a lot of time, and you never know what can happen. If you got a lane, you can make anything happen.
.400 IM national champion Alexa Kormanicki in 4. Savannah King going to Barcelona. She's in lane 5. Tabitha Bauman in lane 3.
In the 400, it seemed that people weren't really getting off to the right pace, and I think these women here want to get out to a good pace. They're such strong distance swimmers. They're able to hold their pace very well for these 800 meters.
As we head to the first wall, it is Tabitha Bauman in 30.32. Over in lane 7, Heather Maitland with a time of 30.33, and right beside her, Karen Jewell at 30.35.
So 800 meters is 16 lengths of this Olympic-sized pool. So they need to pace themselves and bring home, especially that last 400 meters. These women are very good at even splitting and negative splitting, and that means negative splitting means bringing the second half of the race back faster than their first half of the race, which is very difficult to do.
Turning at the 100-meter mark, 1:02.84 by Heather Maitland in lane 7. Middle of the pool, Kormanicki making a move at 1:03.00, and right beside her, Tabitha Bauman holding fast at 1:03.08. And Joanne, I got to ask you, the women's 400 free, they didn't go out fast enough, and they paid the price for it. Only one person was going on that team in that event.
And truthfully, with that first 100 split, I'm a little worried that this may happen again. We have two women with Kormanicki and King that are under that qualifying time, but we have to make sure that they need to make sure that they get out fast enough, and the Canadian record pace is out in a 1:01. So it's a lot faster than they're going right now.
Ladies well back of that Canadian record pace. We'll see if they can start to pick up the pace a little bit here in this 800-meter freestyle A final. Komarnicki now in the lead, right beside her, Savannah King. Tabitha Bauman trying to stay with him, see if she can do that. It will be Komarnicki turning first in a time of 2:07.63, right beside her. Savannah King at 2:08.00. And in third spot, Heather Maitland at 2:08.86.
And now their pace is looking a little bit better here. They're only a second and a second, just slightly more than a second off Canadian record pace, but they're looking very strong and controlled here.
There it is, Komarnicki and Savannah King. As they make the turn, it will be Komarnicki just slightly ahead of King, and Heather Maitland holding on for that 3 spot in 2:04.81, 2:41.81.
Now both these leaders have already made the World Championship team. This is to earn the rights of this 800-meter race specifically. So the question is, will we have one qualify or both? And truthfully, there's still a chance for some of the other women to come in the mix for the final 400 meters.
Tabitha Bauman not letting these two girls get too far ahead. It's Komarnicki and Savannah King turning almost identical, and it is identical, at 3:12.82. Maitland 3:14.69, and there she is, Tabitha Bauman 3:14.93.
And these women have raced each other many, many times. Komarnicki swimming for Island Swimming, Savannah King for UBC Dolphins. They know each other's strategies really well, and they're really just trying to keep it cool. And Komarnicki, again, is really good at bringing back that second half, and Savannah King is no stranger to that either.
Komarnicki and King looking at each other side by side in this 800-meter freestyle. Tabitha Bauman is not letting them get too far ahead. Heather Maitland has fallen off a little bit, but it's Komarnicki and King side by side, lane 4 and 5.
And now it's sort of a game of chess. Who's going to make the move first? Someone's going to make the move to start picking up the pace, but will they have enough at the end? So it's going to be a bit of back and forth, cat and mouse here. This is the halfway mark, 400 meters.
King is taking the lead now at 4:18.28. Just over a tenth later, Alexa Komarnicki 4:18.44. Maitland is there, Tabitha Bauman is there, the battle for bronze. Charging up, and it's Komarnicki and King right now for gold in this 800-meter freestyle.
That split of 4:18, they'd have to negative split the race to get 2 women under that FINA A standard. The FINA A standard is 8:34.33. So the winner here will be qualified to swim at World Championships, but it's going to be close if the second person can get that standard as well.
This is shaping up to be a fantastic end to this race. Komarnicki and King still side by side. There's Tabitha Bauman and Heather Maitland battling it out for bronze. Lane number 6, Bridget Coley trying to make her move, but it's Komarnicki and King at the 500-meter mark. Komarnicki will turn first in a time of 5:23.01, 5/100ths later. Savannah King.
This is almost synchronized speed swimming here. Neither one wants to let the other one out of their sight. And this is where turns and underwater work can really give you an edge over your opponent. It seems that Savannah King is able to pull away a little bit. Coming into this wall, let's see if she's able to hold that lead off the wall in the turn to Komarnicki.
Question is who will respond and who will take it out? King and Komarnicki still side by side, but King, as Joanne said, taking that slight lead, 5:55.54. Komarnicki in 5:55.98. And Komarnicki making her move now, trying to get even with King, and it looks like she has.
King keeps trying to get away, and Komarnicki keeps reeling her back in every time. 200 meters to go here. That's 4 lengths of the pool.
Savannah King with just a slight lead at 6:27.96. 4/10ths later, Komarnicki right on her tail. There's Tabitha Bauman and Bridget Coley battling it out for bronze. It's Komarnicki and King, though.
And here goes King again, getting about a half a body length, almost a full body length ahead of Komarnicki. This is where women are going to be making their move. There's only 3 lengths of the pool left.
Looks to be Savannah King making her move now, trying to create some distance from Komarnicki. 6:59.73. Will Komarnicki respond and stay with her? There's Bauman and Coley battling it out still for bronze.
And this is where you bring your legs in. You're going to be noticing great kick strength in that 6-beat kick. You notice these women are maintaining a fairly long stroke. They're not shortening up. Komarnicki every time gets creeping back up to her. She doesn't want to let her get away. 1 length, 100 meters to go now.
Half a body length lead by King as she makes the turn to the final 100. 7:31.55. Komarnicki now almost a body length lead back of King, but will she be able to make up that distance here in this final 100 as we see the legs turn on Joanne?
Komarnicki needs to come back in about a 1:01 on this final 100. That's going to be difficult to do, but not impossible.
It's all Savannah King and Alexa Komarnicki in this final 100. Tabitha Bauman comfortably in third, but it's King leading into this final 50, and she'll turn in a time of 8:02.86 with Komarnicki at 8:03.65. Final 50 here in this 800-meter freestyle.
This is going to be close. Not only close for the gold medal, but for both spots on the World Championship team to swim the 800 meters in Barcelona.
King and Komarnicki. King sees Komarnicki trying to make her move. Komarnicki trying to come back on King. 15 meters to go. It's all Savannah King and Alexa Komarnicki, and it looks to be Savannah King able to hold off Komarnicki as they dive for the wall. Savannah King winning this 800-meter freestyle at 8:33.49, right beside her Alexa Komarnicki at 8:34.17.
And Komarnicki got the world time, the FINA time. It was 8:34.33. She was 8:34.17. Fabulous last 100 by Komarnicki, finishing second but earning the spot to swim there along with Savannah King.
Fantastic last 100 by Alexa Komarnicki. She gets a berth into this event in the World Championships to Barcelona. There you see Savannah King happy with her win.
Wow, I think she made a lot of people sweat with that one. Off the blocks, very controlled first 400, first half of that race for both King and Komarnicki, staying neck and neck. One would go, the other one catch up. Was the final 100 meters, Komarnicki was able to get under the qualifying standard, finishing second. Savannah King won. Komarnicki's already in the warm-down pool getting ready for her 200 IM coming up next.
As we send it downstairs to Chris, talking to Savannah King about that 800-meter freestyle.
We're on deck with our winner of the women's 800 freestyle, Savannah King. Alexa Komarnicki also on the team. She's got another event coming up in about 7 or 8 minutes, so we've let her go to get warmed down and ready for that one. But Savannah, a great battle with Alexa, another battle between you two in the 800 free.
Yeah, Alex and I are often head-to-head like that, and we push each other, and it's great to have her there right beside us. And I'm so happy she got the cut too, and we just excited for Barcelona.
8:33.49. Are you happy with that time at this point, getting ready for this summer?
Oh yeah, pretty happy with that time. I'd like to go a little bit faster, but it's a stepping stone, and just excited to race in Barcelona and see if I can knock that down a few seconds.
And it's great, as you said, to have both of you on the team. Alexa and yourself already on the team in other events, but it was important to add this 800 free tonight.
Yeah, definitely important. We both were in the 800 free last summer in London and want to get back up there in the international stage and make Canada proud.
Savannah King, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, your winner in the 800 freestyle here tonight at the World Championship Trials.
Big smile from Savannah King. She gets another swim in Barcelona, 800-meter freestyle. But what about Alexa Komarnicki? That last 100, Joanne, was fantastic.
Wow, I was back and forth. Could she do it? Would she do it? And she did it. And I'm sure she's so proud of herself and now focused on the 200 IM. There's to the wall.
There's Savannah King. Fantastic. Komarnicki, of course, is swimming this 200-meter IM coming up here. Right away, she qualifies. Middle of the lane, lane 3, so you'll see her in the A final, but first, it's the B final. Fastest qualifier in this event, Natasha Fung, swimming unattached.
And this race is 1 length of the 50-meter pole butterfly, followed by backstroke, then breaststroke, then freestyle. A little bit of the decathlon of swimming, all 4 disciplines.
Lane number 1, Paige Miller, taking it out, 21 years young, swimming out of Cobra. See if she can hold on for this win in the B final, and it'll be Paige Miller at 21.15, 1/100th right behind her. It is Samantha Stratford from Guelph, 16 years old.
And this race is basically a sprint of the 4 strokes, a controlled sprint. Backstroke, these women are getting their turnover higher and up on top of the water.
The evolution of this event, Joanne, is thanks to the likes of Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte. It's basically a sprint now on the international stage, isn't it?
It is, and swimmers train so much for this event, and their lung capacity and their endurance that they're able to do to maintain such a high speed for all 4 strokes is quite impressive. Breaststroke is often the favorite for IMers, as you can hear everybody cheering. Often swimmers know the sound of their coach's whistle or their call, cueing them whether they're on pace or not.
Lane 4 and lane 5 battling it out for the win here in this B final for the 200-meter IM for women. Touching at the breaststroke mark, 1:44.50. Sydney Pickram right beside her, Natasha Fung at 1:45.18.
And it's a race home here. Lane 4 and 5, Fung and Pickram.
25 meters to go. It's Fung and Pickram. Pickram with a slight lead over Fung. Fung trying to reel her in. 15 meters to go. Pickram holding her off, and with 5 meters to go, it'll be Sydney Pickram winning this B final in a time of 2:17.17. 6/10 later, Natasha Fung, and coming in third out of lane 7, Margatai Lilly. Swimming out of Edmonton Keano Swim Club, 15 years old. So there you have it, Lily Margatai in the bronze, Sydney Pickram winning it, Natasha Fung in second. As we go to the far end of the pool for the medal ceremony for the 800-meter freestyle for women.
La remise des médailles pour le 800 mètres libre femme.
Presenting the awards will be our meet chair for the 2013 World Championship Trials, Margaret Penny.
Of course, Alexa Kormanicki getting ready for her 200-meter IM A final swim. She's not there at the medal.
The bronze medalist
ceremony.
La médaille de bronze.
Nice stand-in.
Swimming unattached, Tabitha Bauman.
So nice to have this family flying all the way back from New Zealand to be part of our World Championship trials and trying to earn their spots in the national team. And they're getting closer and closer every time I see them race.
From Island Swimming, Alexa Kormanicki.
And there's a stand-in for Alexa Kormanicki, who's up right next for the 200 IM final, and a lot of pressure off her. She just qualified for this race and probably on quite a high.
The UBC Dolphins, Savannah King.
Good way to start off this final session, the 2013 World Championship Swimming Trials. A great back and forth battle from King and Kormanicki. That only bodes well for Canadian swimming for the women. Of course, you see them in the 400-meter freestyle. Kormanicki, a national champion in the 400 IM.
Congratulations, ladies, and best of luck to Savannah King and Alexa Kormanicki at the 2013 World Championships this summer.
King was 15th in this event, the 800 free, and Kormanicki was 11th. So they keep improving their time. It'd be nice to see them both in the final at Worlds.
All right, well, let's get started. The women's 200-meter IM A final. And these ladies get ready to make their walk on. Of course, Joanne, you were a national champion multiple times in this event. Canadian record holder, an event near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, 200 IM is one of the greatest races to swim.
200 individual medley.
it's nice to train for. You get to switch it up a lot, and the excitement around this event is always so high. Canada's always fared very well internationally in this event.
Big wave from Sarah Lee Heve from Club Aquatique Montreal there in lane 8.
Katie Caldwell.
Katie Caldwell making her way out, Pacific Seawolf member.
Lane 7 from Island
Over
Swimming,
in lane 7.
Stephanie Horner.
Stephanie Horner swims out of Island Swimming in Victoria.
Lane 2 from the Toronto Swim Club, Paige Schultz.
Paige Schultz, big smile there.
In lane 6,
21-year-old.
from the Toronto
Came
Swim
out
Club,
with her, Vanessa Treasure. Love that name, 21 years old from Toronto Swim Club.
In lane 3,
And you just saw her swim in the 800-meter freestyle. She's running out, Alexa Kormanicki, ready to swim this 200-meter IM.
Lane 5 from the Oakville Aquatic Club,
Second
Marnie
fastest qualifier,
Oldershaw.
Marnie Oldershaw. She swims out of Oakville, and the fastest qualifier in this
lane 4
event.
from the Greater Ottawa Kingfish, Erica
Our new wave of
Seltenreich
talent,
Hodgson.
Erica Seltenreich Hodgson, 17 years old from Greater Ottawa Kingfish.
Now Kormanicki is tough as nails. She proves herself over and over again. Lane 4, fastest
Championship final,
qualifier.
women's 200
Seltenreich Hodgson has
individual
qualified
medley.
already for the World Championships team. In lane 5, the second fastest qualifier, Marnie Oldershaw, wants to make the team. If they're fast enough, they'll take 2. Really, these women want to win this event and see if we get a new person to make the World Championship team.
Canadian mark in this, held by Erica Morningstar from the University of Calgary Swim Club at 2:11.23.
FINA A standard is 2:14.97 to allow the top 2 qualifiers on the team. These women are battling it out.
Right there, lane 4 and 5, Alexa Kormanicki in 3, Erica Hodgson Seltenreich in lane 4, Marnie Oldershaw in 5. As we turn at the 50 here, and it will be Paige Schultz in lane 2 with a time of 29.01, and in lane 4, Seltenreich Hodgson at 29.38.
In preliminaries, it was Oldershaw in lane 5 in the golden cap that really took off on the backstroke. Seltenreich Hodgson had the breaststroke, so you'll see a bit of a change here, and already the Oakville native, coached by Sean Baker, is taking the lead in lane 5. That's Oldershaw.
Middle of the pool, Seltenreich Hodgson, Oldershaw, and it looks to be Oldershaw turning first at this 100-meter mark, and she will turn at a time of 1:03.80 in second spot. Paige Schultz trying to hold on for that silver, 1:03.93, and right behind her, Seltenreich Hodgson at 1:04.02.
Oldershaw just took off on that backstroke. She gave herself a full body length lead, but this is where Seltenreich Hodgson's going to try to catch up, and she is. She's making her way closer and closer.
Lane number 4 making her move, has a fantastic breaststroke. Erica Seltenreich Hodgson taking the lead. 5 meters to go into this last 50 of the 200-meter IM, and it's Erica Seltenreich Hodgson turning first in a time of 1:41.84. Right behind her, Marnie Oldershaw. It looks to be a 2-person race here.
It looks like we'll have fast enough times here to have the top 2 make the World Championship team call in. Kormanicki now in lane 3, third from the top of your screen, is going to make a comeback, being the distance freestyle she is.
Look at Erica Seltenreich Hodgson and Alexa Kormanicki right off the 800-meter freestyle. She's fighting for second. It's going to be Erica Seltenreich Hodgson. The question is, who comes second? Erica Seltenreich Hodgson winning it in 2:13.29. Alexa Kormanicki, what a fantastic last 50. 2:14.28. She comes second. And in third, Marnie Oldershaw, 2:15.03. Wow, what a gutsy swim by Alexa Kormanicki.
Absolutely.
What a fight to the finish there.
She put her face into her hands, arms in the air right now. That was a tough as nail swims, hard double. She earns a party tonight. She's going to Barcelona for the 200 IM. Add that to her list. Erica Seltenreich Hodgson, national champion now in this 200 IM. Let's look at this race again. The lead changed quite a few times. Great butterfly, pretty even. It was actually Paige Schultz out first, but the backstroke leg, Oldershaw just took off here. Gave herself almost a full body length lead, but it was not enough. She was caught by Seltenreich Hodgson on the breaststroke, and Kormanicki was quite far behind, over a body length behind on the turn for the freestyle, and that shows how strong her freestyle was. Didn't tire out that 800 free at all to be able to come home like that.
Over a body length lead.
Wow.
It was unbelievable, Joanne. Marnie Oldershaw had over a body length lead ahead of Kormanicki. Kormanicki reeled her in that last 50. And there she is, jumping for joy. Alexa Kormanicki, what a fantastic swim by her. Right beside her, Erica Seltenreich Hodgson. We were talking about the future of Canadian swimming, and it looks bright in the 200 IM, that's for sure. As we send it down to Chris.
Kormanicki deserves a seat, doesn't she?
Wow. As we hear from them in this amazing 200 meter IM.
We had a disqualification in the women's 200 individual medley final, lane 5 disqualified. But we're going to grab a word with our winner and second place finisher. How about that double for Alexa Kormanicki? We're going to first grab a word with our winner, Erica Seltenreich Hodgson. Erica on the team in the 400 IM, now adding this 200 IM here tonight with the win and the gold medal.
I'm really excited that I get to do 2 different events at my first ever senior international meet, so happy about it.
Going to be a great summer for you in Barcelona. Now, a close race throughout that entire 200 AM final. Could you see what was happening on either side of you?
For the most part, for the breaststroke, I couldn't see anybody, so I had no idea where I was when I turned until I saw them on either side, so it was close.
Well, Erica, congratulations and best of luck this summer as you represent Canada at the World Championships. Erica Seltenreich Hodgson, Alexa Kormanicki. If you're okay to stand for a couple more minutes, we'll bring you in here. 800 freestyle about 5 minutes ago. Make the qualifying time for that to add your second event. You come back here in the 200 IM. How much did that last 10 meters of freestyle hurt there tonight?
You know, I really like racing 200 IM, so I really wanted to be able to do it again tonight, and I just went in there. It was my last event of the night, so I was just ready to go.
Well, a great night to start off with your 2 events. You're going to have a very busy schedule this summer. Were you happy with the time, and could you see who you were trying to catch on that last 50?
I mean, I was pretty close to my best time, so you know what, right after 800, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Erica Seltenreich Hodgson and Alexa Kormanicki, newest members of Team Canada for the World Championships this summer.
Well, Joe, an unfortunate turn of events in that 200 meter IM for women. Marnie Oldershaw disqualified. She swam out of lane 5. We'll get word to you on what exactly happened there, but unfortunate nonetheless.
It is. I think for her, it's probably fortunate that it wasn't that she had made the standard and then that happened. So she earned her bronze medal. That was now taken away, but live and learn. She won't do that again, and hopefully when she makes the national team one day, everything will be perfect and smooth.
Okay, as we head to the men's B final of the 200 meter IM. Lane number 1, you have World Championship team member Ali Abdelkhalik. He races out of Etobicoke Swimming, heading to Harvard next year. His brother, Hassan Abdelkhalik, he swims for Michigan. Part of that new wave, that new future of Canadian swimming. Right now, it's Igor Kozlovskij, 26.48, taking this out in the men's 200 meter IMB final.
And I think that's what's the beauty in the spectator sport of swimming in the IM, is watching that lead and the discipline it takes to keep your cool as someone takes off, knowing you can reel them in later.
As we make the turn at the 100, it's Austin Smith at 58.73, and right beside him, Håkan Rue, 58.79, and in third spot, Igor Kozlovskij at 59.33.
And this is where the swimmers really push themselves. You can see all of them with that forward momentum, lunging forward with every stroke. The head is actually quite still, keeping focused on every stroke.
Fantastic history of swimming here for Canada in the 200 IM. Of course, Alex Bauman, Curtis Meiden, Olympic medalists. Who will be the next? As we head into the final 30 meters. And it's Bogdan Knezovic here leading the pack, a body length lead ahead of Igor Kozlovskic. And in lane number 2, it's Austin Smith. No one's going to catch, though. Bogdan Knezovic here in lane number 4, and he'll win the B final easily in a time of 2:03.41. Faster than he went this morning. Should be happy with that. Of course, up next is Andrew Ford in the A final, and he was an Olympian 2012 in the London Olympics.
And he is just prepping himself to make this World Championship team. I know you enjoyed interviewing him earlier this week.
He is an absolute joy, that guy. Just a fun interview. He's a DJ in his spare time. Has quite the character. Very relaxed. And that's kind of interesting for Canadian swimming. That's maybe what they need, is a relaxed, charismatic individual. Should be exciting to see him swim in this A final.
And he swims out of Guelph with Coach Don Burton. He made the semifinals at the Olympics, finishing 15th.
But before we see him, let's go down to the other side of the pool for the medal ceremonies for the 200-meter IM for women.
Presenting the awards, Swimming Canada Board of Director member Carrie Mummery. The bronze medalist,
La médaille de bronze.
From the Toronto Swim Club, Paige Schultz.
Of course, Marnie Oldershaw was disqualified. Paige Schultz now is in
silver medalist,
the 3rd spot.
La médaille d'argent.
An unbelievable
From
last
Island
50 by
swimming,
Alexa Kormanicki in that
Kormanicki.
IM. What an unreal double she performed tonight. Has enough energy to wave to the crowd. I wouldn't.
And a gold medalist.
Great silver medal there.
From the Greater Ottawa Kingfish, Erica Seltenreich
Your winner
Hodgson.
and part of that new wave, Erica Seltenreich Hodgson, 17 years young. She wins the 200-meter IM. Fantastic swim by her. Big hug from Alexa Kormanicki. Should be exciting to see what they can pull off in Barcelona in the summer.
Félicitations gagnants.
As we get set for this men's 200-meter IM, and lane 6, Joanne Jake Tapp, he's a backstroke specialist. Alec Page, a 400-meter IM specialist, he's in lane 5. Andrew Ford, of course, an Olympian in this event.
Some great talent, and again, we're going to be seeing the lead switch back and forth. But maybe not. If it's up to Andrew Ford, I think he wants to take the lead and stay with it the whole time. He's actually qualified almost 2 seconds ahead of Alec Page, the 2nd fastest qualifier. So this may be a one-man show.
As these men make their way out, the A final of the men's 200-meter IM. Here we go in lane number 8. Jonathan Brown swims for Nose Creek out of Alberta. Lane number 1, Stephen Bealby there, all business, 23 years old from Point Blair. On the other side, Evan White, 17 years young from Oakville. Patrick Cowan swims out of Saskatoon, 22 years old.
Lane 6 from the Langley Olympians, Jake Tapp.
There he is, Jake Tapp, backstroke specialist. Look for him to make his move in that part of the race.
Mac Dara.
Mac Dara, you've seen him often this week. He's in lane 3.
From Island Swimming, Alex
Second fastest qualifier, Alec Page. Swims for Randy Bennett,
and in lane
the Island
4 from
Swimming.
the Guelph Marlin Aquatic Club, Andrew
And our
Ford.
fastest qualifier, Andrew Ford, Olympian, out of lane 4 here.
Championship final, men's 200 individual medley. Madam referee.
Ford looks pumped up for this one. He's been waiting all week to get on the blocks and swim this, earn his berth to Barcelona. Semi-finalist at the Olympics in this event. Andrew Ford, lane 4.
Good start. Fly back, breast free. Right there in lane 4, Andrew Ford trying to make a statement early in this 200-meter IM.
And then preliminaries this morning, he was only 0.3 of a second off the time he did at the Olympics. So he was going for it this morning, and let's see if he has even more tonight.
Touching first in a time of 25.81, it's Andrew Ford well back, right beside him, Alec Page, 26.69. He's going to have to make up some ground there, but right now it is all Andrew Ford leading the pack.
The first split on his butterfly is actually faster than the Canadian record pace. So he is going for it, and he's looking strong.
The Canadian record held by Keith Beavers, 159.19. It is all Andrew Ford right now taking this out like a shot. 55.87. Jake Tapp making his move, of course, in the backstroke, 56.80. It is still Andrew Ford in the lead.
And he is still under Canadian record pace. Canadian record pace was 56.39. He is well under it. I hope he knows and the crowd get into it. We'll see on this back half if he can hold on.
65 meters to go. It is still all Andrew Ford way out in front. Jake Tapp trying to hold on for second. Alec Page in lane 5 trying to make his move to get on that podium, but it's still Andrew Ford turning in a time of 130.62. Jake Tapp 132.34 and Evan White in lane 7 at 133.16, but it's all Andrew Ford as he makes his final push. 25 meters to go. It's Andrew Ford.
And he is swimming this all alone. He is going to Barcelona. He was only 0.3 over the Canadian record with 1 length to go.
15 meters, Andrew Ford. It's a question now, will he get that Canadian record? 5 meters. Andrew Ford touches in a time of 2:00:03. That is just off a Canadian record. Right beside him in third spot, Alec Page. What a fight for the bronze, 2:02.46, and over in lane 7 coming second, 2:02.38 by Evan White, but Andrew Ford, oh, a little upset.
Yeah, you can see.
Not enough gas in the tank there to get that Canadian record, but what a race by Andrew Ford.
He went for it right from the beginning, Colin. He was under Canadian record pace on the butterfly, looked strong. Jake Tapp was with him until the backstroke, but he started pulling ahead, and you could see from his reaction, he knew that he would be close to that Canadian record. This is where he really pulled ahead. He was in full control of this race. He's been really specializing with Coach Don Burton for this event. Semi-finalist at the Olympics. Onto the freestyle, he was just off that record by 0.3 there. Into the wall, he earned his gold medal, national title, trip to World Championships in Barcelona, but he's not satisfied, and that's a good thing, Colin. He wants more, and I like that. See him look at the time, 2:00. The Canadian record is 1:59.19. Let's hear what he has to say.
On deck with our winner here in the men's 200 individual medley, Andrew Ford. Andrew, just over that 2-minute mark at 2:00:03. I know you would have liked to have gone under and possibly challenged Keith's Canadian record.
Yeah, I've been chasing after that goal for a long time, and that's dangerously close. It's a little annoying, but I'm going to get another chance this summer to race in Barcelona.
Absolutely, the newest member of Team Canada for the World Championships this summer. On the team, I know you're not that too excited with the time here tonight, but you do get to race it and hopefully go quite a bit faster this summer.
Yeah, the competition in Barcelona is going to be right there. Something to chase, something to push me for it. And I'm really hoping to break that Canadian record this summer.
Well, Andrew, congratulations. Winner here tonight in the 200 individual medley. And best of luck to you this summer in Barcelona.
Sick swim by him, but you can see that his excitement is contained, and as it should be, because the real race for him will be in Barcelona in that 200 IM, and he's looking to make that final and get on the podium and break that Canadian record. And 1:59.19, that will be his goal, and another goal will be to get a medal come this summer. But first, before we head to that medal ceremony. Let's head to the women's B final. 50-meter freestyle. And I can finally say, Joanne, this was not one of your strong events. This is not an event that you practiced or swam very much.
I wish I had those sprint fibers, because I just think it's amazing to be able to sprint those 50s, and it takes so much power and concentration, more than most people think. That this whole race is broken down into segments to master properly.
You're going to see the Canadian record holder in the A final, the winner of the B final, Shantique Payne, 26:06. Good time for her. More than 4/10 faster than her morning swim. We're of course going to see Victoria Poon, second fastest qualifier. She's the Canadian record holder in 24:75.
We'll present the awards now for the men's 200 individual medley.
Those results are official. In the B final of the women's 50-meter freestyle, Andrew Ford making a statement swim, 2:00:03. Fantastic swim for him, but he was contained. He didn't jump for joy after that race. He understands that the mission is to get on the podium in Barcelona, Joanne, and get a medal.
Yeah, and you know what? I love that he's standing shoulder to shoulder with the great ones like Curtis Myden. This Canadian record with Keith Beavers is the fastest Canadian that's ever gone. So, I mean, he's right up there with the greats, and I like with that attitude, he's not going to be satisfied until he's the fastest Canadian ever.
Well, right beside him, Alec Page, of course. He took that 200 IM, I think, out a little too slow, fought his way back. Exciting things to come for him in this 200 IM as he learns how to race that event. He wins the bronze medal. Good week of swimming for Alec Page. Of course, the winner in the 400 IM. Evan White winning silver. Swims out of Oakville, 17 years old. And the positive thing here is the age factor, Joanne.
Yes.
Young swimmers getting on the podium here in Canada.
There's a whole young generation here, and it's what we need to see. Many people are going to blossom out of the next 3-year cycle leading up to the Olympics, and have long careers ahead of them.
Andrew Ford, your winner of the 200-meter IM. Some useless information here. Joanne can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes. Andrew Ford.
Wow. Yeah, what does his tattoo say? Can you read what it says? He's showing it off.
I want to swim faster in Barcelona.
I want gold. Barcelona. It's mine.
Our next championship final is time for the women's 50 freestyle. As we get set to introduce our finalists in lane 8 from the Dolphin Swim
Good
Club,
swim by
Sinead
Andrew Ford,
Russell.
one of the veterans, few veterans on this Canadian
Lane
men's
1 from the Richmond
swimming
Hill
team.
Club, Victoria Chan.
As we go to the A final, and there she is, Victoria Chan, making her way out.
Michelle Williams.
Michelle Williams.
Lane 2 from Club de Natation Megofias, Caroline Lapierre-Lemire.
Caroline Lapierre-Lemire, 22 years old in lane 2.
Sandrine Mainville.
Lane number 6, Sandrine Mainville, swimming for Parc Piscine Olympique.
Lane 3, also from Piscine Park Olympique, Hannah Riordan.
There she is, Hannah Riordan from
Lane
PPO
5,
as well.
from
3
Park
PPO
Olympique,
swimmers
Victoria
representing this 50
Poon.
freestyle. And the Canadian record holder, Victoria Poon, there she is, one of the veterans of this team. Fastest qualifier, Chantal Van Landingham. Swims for the University of Georgia. Home club is Manta.
And Coach Tom Haney. Now remember, this event is for national champion title, not a berth to the world's team on this. Just the title of Queen of Speed, 1 length. Oh, sorry. You know what? That's my mistake. 50 free. This is the 150 here at the whole meet, that this is an Olympic event. and 1 or 2 women will make it. My apologies.
It's just because you never swam it, Joanne. You didn't view it as a real event. Good start. Van Landingham and Poon in the middle of the pool. Poon takes an early lead here in this 50-meter freestyle A final.
Poon looking very strong. She's got a lot of experience under her belt. 15th at the Olympics in this event, and she's pulling ahead here.
Middle of the pool, Van Landingham, Riordan, and Poon. Who will it be? 5 meters to go as they head into the wall. It's anyone's race. Van Landingham wins this in 25.19. Right beside her, Victoria Poon, 25.24. And on the other side of her, Sandrine Mainville, 25.44.
And Poon and Van Landingham are both under that FINA A standard. Both will be swimming this. Let's look to the wall in Barcelona. Poon and Van Landingham to the wall. The time to beat was 25.34. Both of them well under that cut. They can add that to their repertoire in Barcelona.
Great swim by Poon and Van Landingham. They'll be heading both to Barcelona. Those results are official. 25.19 by Van Landingham, 25.24, 5/100ths later, Victoria Poon and Sandrine Mainville. Another PPO swimmer, 25.44. 3 of the top 4 swimmers out of the Parc Piscine Olympique. They've got to be happy with that result, Joe.
Yeah, we talked a lot about island swimming being sort of a haven for distance. Well, PPO out of Montreal with Benoit Lebrun is sort of the haven for sprint swimming in Canada, especially for female swimming.
As we head it down to Chris for more thoughts on that 50-meter freestyle.
Down here with our winner and second place finisher, both under the FINA A standard for the 50 freestyle in the World Championship trials. First off, Chantel, with the win here tonight, adding the 50 freestyle to your schedule for this summer.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I wanted to try to get another individual event, so I'm really happy. And I'm so happy Vic made it too, so it's going to be a good summer.
In the 50 free, you really just put your head down, get your hand to the wall as soon as possible. You guys were right together through that final few strokes, and you just got your hand there first, all of this seat to the wall.
Yeah, I kind of saw Vic out of the corner of my eye, so she really helped push me like in the last 10 meters.
Congratulations, Chantel. Victoria Poon adding the 50 freestyle to your schedule for this summer. A little bit unsure that you were under that time, but you are definitely on the team for the 50 free.
Yeah, well, actually, it's kind of a surprise. I'm still studying Vicky, but anyway, I'm so happy Chantal's right with me, and anyway, I'm happy that I'm in, so we're going to work harder for the summers.
Well, congratulations, Victoria Poon and Chantel Van Landingham on the team in the 50 free.
Born in Hong Kong, but of course, truly Canadian now, Victoria Poon coming second and getting a berth to Barcelona in that 50-meter freestyle. We'll see them get their medals in a moment, but first we go to the B final for the men in the 50-meter freestyle. The fastest qualifier, Matthew Grillo from Pointe Claire. Joel Greenshields won the 100 freestyle. He's in lane 2, swims out of Cascade. Four Calgary products in this 50-meter freestyle B final.
And you can just see the white water as they race and kick so hard. Lane number 1 looks to be having a great lead here.
Dominique Massey-Martel trying to get a gutter ball win in this 50-meter freestyle B final, and will he do it? It will be Dominique Massey-Martel. 23.34, 5/10 faster, Joanne, than he went this morning. He's got to be happy with that.
I'm sure he is. It's a great swim. I'm sure he wished he did that this morning to get into the A final. He's a great swimmer, and it's nice to pull that off in your second swim.
And he would have snuck in the 8th spot in the A final with that time there. Great swim from him.
So talking about that FINA A standard, the time to beat to get 2 to go is 22:33, which is very fast for our field here. We have one qualifier this morning that hit the 22 mark, 22:82. Just to goes to show the strength of the female sprinters here to get 2 women under the FINA A standard. And again, I was mentioning the standard is usually picked off the world rankings from the previous year, top 16th spot. So usually guaranteed a semifinal swim if you've got that cut, at least.
Sandrine Mainville receiving her bronze medal from open water swimmer Richard Weinberger. There's our Canadian record holder, Victoria Poon. Big smile on her face, like you heard her say she didn't expect that time, and she's still training, and yet she gets a berth to Barcelona. Should be exciting to see what she can do this summer. And there she is, Chantel Van Landingham. Trains and swims for the University of Georgia, but her home club is Manta in Winnipeg.
It's nice to see Chantel back on top. She did not qualify at the Olympic trials, and it's always difficult for a swimmer to come back from that, but she's bounced back quite easily, so good for her.
Fastest event of the meet, the men's 50-meter freestyle A final, as they begin to make their way out. Lane number 8, there he is, Sergey Holson from UBC. On the other side of the pool, Tommy Gosland. He's ready, 23 years old from UBC as well. Alex Loganoff swims out of the Toronto Swim Club. Duncan Patridge, lane number 2, Oakville product. In lane number 6, David Hibbard, 23 years old from Simon Fraser.
Kelly Aspinall.
Third fastest qualifier, CIS standout, Kelly Aspinall. Luke Petty, the second fastest man. And the fastest qualifier is Chris Manning from W. Ross McDonald Swimming. The only man to break 23 this morning. Let's see if he can go a little faster tonight.
The only thing guaranteed here to earn a trip to Barcelona is to win this event. Again, the FINA standard for number 2 is 22:33. Difficult time for this field.
Good start, the men's 50-meter freestyle A final, and in the middle it's Chris Manning, the fastest qualifier at 22:82.
Chris Manning looking very strong. He got off the block great. He's already starting to pull ahead here.
20 meters to go. It's too close to call. Chris Manning in lane 4 looks to have a slight lead, but who will it be to win this 50 free? And it's Chris Manning. Faster than this morning, 22:71. 1/100th later, Luke Petty in lane number 5, and 7/100ths later, Kelly Ass will only be Chris Manning going to Barcelona in this event.
And Chris Manning timed the wall just perfectly, just by 1/100th. He earned his spot to Barcelona. Luke Petty's already on the team for the relay, and you could see his excitement smashing that wall. That race he wanted so badly and has earned his national team and trip to Barcelona.
Great touch by Chris Manning.
So Chris Manning did go to Auburn. He trains at W. Ross McDonald Swimming, coached by Mike Finch.
He gets his ticket to Barcelona as we head it downstairs to Chris.
We're down on deck with your champion of the men's 50 freestyle and newest member of Team Canada for the World Championships this summer, Chris Manning, in an epically close finish there. 22.71, out-touching Luke Petty by 1/100th for the win and the spot in the 50 free.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable race, you know. Just, he's a great competitor, and just got to get my hand on the wall.
Glad to get your hand on the wall, absolutely, and add your name to that Team Canada roster. Now, 50 free, how many breaths do you take in a 50 free?
Took one that time. I'll try for no breath this summer.
One breath, so a little out of breath here as we chat. Now, what are you most looking forward to in Barcelona this summer, obviously other than the racing?
I don't know. It's just, the racing's probably the most important part, so just looking forward to that.
Well, Chris Manning, congratulations, newest member of Team Canada for the World Championships this summer in the men's 50 free.
What a touch by Chris Manning, 1/100th, taking out Luke Petty, a fantastic finish for him, and he gets a senior national A team berth to Barcelona.
Our next event will be the B final, women's 200
for the women's
breaststroke.
B final of the 200-meter breaststroke, and the fastest qualifier. We know she has speed, Joanne. Fiona Dole in lane number 4.
That's right. She represents Ireland. Won the 50-meter breaststroke. Was quite surprised, she said, by how fast she went. I think she thinks this is more her specialty, so see how she fares here.
Now, Joanne, during your training in Calgary, you were able to swim with a Canadian national champion in Lauren Van Oosten, and did that help your breaststroke progression in your IM events?
It absolutely did, and breaststroke in my IM was my weakest. And when I made the switch to Calgary at that time and coached by Jan Bitterman and, of course, Mike Blondell there as well, we were, whenever you're matched up with people better than you, it forces you to learn from them. And I, with the likes of, as you mentioned, Lauren Van Oosten and Penny Haynes, world champion, world record holder at the time, my breaststroke improved 5 seconds in the 400 IM, which was phenomenal at the time.
It is Fiona Doyle, no surprise. First at the 50, 31.97. Tiana Riesling, 32.29. And right behind her, Patricia Pierce. Anna Mae, Pierce's younger sister, of course. Anna Mae was the world record holder in the 200-meter breaststroke. She's the Canadian record holder now, 2:20.12.
There's a good race here, Colin. We knew Fiona would have front end speed, but we'll see how her back half of the race goes for her.
Fiona Doyle, 109.34. Tiana Riesling, 109.80. And still in third, Patricia Pierce, 113.45. But right now, it is all Fiona Doyle and Tiana Riesling.
That was an incredibly fast first 100, faster than any of the field split this morning. So she's on target for a PB here.
Will she be able to hold on? 60 meters to go. It's Fiona Doyle extending her lead over Tiana Riesling by a body length. Patricia Pierce starting to make her move in lane number 3. Will she be able to reel Fiona Doyle in? With 50 meters to go, it's going to be Patricia Pierce now. 153.32 Fiona Doyle in the second spot. 153.61, and Patricia Pierce now taking a commanding lead in this 200-meter breaststroke.
Pierce played her cards right. She sat back with Fiona Doyle until the 100 really pulled ahead, and now is just taking off. This race is all hers here.
Sister and Anna Mae must be so proud of Patricia Pierce right now. 15 meters to go. No one's going to catch her in this B final. It's all Patricia Pierce, Edmonton Keano Swim Club product, with 5 meters to go. Nice and relaxed as she touches in a win and a time of 2:32.86. A fantastic time for her. Almost 3 seconds faster than her morning swim, Joe.
She's going to be happy with that. You can see how out of breath she is. It takes a lot to be able to go out fast and bring it home even faster. There was a huge difference in the speed there on her second 100 compared to the rest of the field, so she must have been doing a lot of training to be able to bring back that race.
Taking a page out of her sister's book, Anna Mae had fantastic back-end speed in this event, and looks like Patricia Pierce now has that fantastic back-end speed. Great pedigree there, great swimming family. Patricia Pierce, the winner in the B final of the women's 200-meter breaststroke. As we go to the other side of the pool for the medal ceremonies for the men's 50-meter freestyle, and just an unbelievable touch by Chris Manning.
And this, all you swimmers listening and watching today, the importance of practicing your finishes and touches cannot be understated. We've seen it over and over again here, how races are won on the last stroke and timing to the wall.
It's an eye blink that will send him to Barcelona to represent Canada, and there's Kelly Aspinall. We've seen him plenty of times this week, a fantastic Canadian inter-university sports swimmer. He won bronze in this 50 free. Luke Petty, as Joanne said, he's going to Barcelona.
And we love adding new members to Team Canada, don't we?
And there's the newest member of the Canadian team, Mr. Manning. Fantastic swim by him. W. Ross McDonald swimming product, 21 years young. He's got a lot of swimming left in him, especially in the sprint events. You can swim for a while in this event.
Can. Well into your 30s. We've seen it internationally. It's no big deal.
Here we go, the women's 200-meter breaststroke A final.
200 breaststroke final. Introducing your final.
In lane number 8, 16 years young, Genevieve Robertson from Guelph Marlin Aquatic Club.
In lane 1, UBC Dolphin, Laura Thompson.
Big smile from Laura Thompson, a UBC product in lane number 1. Sarah Lee Heavey, Club Aquatique Montreal product. Having some fun there. Kira Smith, Liquid Lightning product, 19 years young. Chelsea Sally, 21-year-old out of Langley.
Tara Van Bylen.
And we've seen her plenty of times. Tara Van Bylen, World Championship team member. Ashley McGregor, a Point Claire product, 20 years young. Olympian Martha McCabe leading this squad out. She's the fastest qualifier in lane number 4, Joe.
There's so much expectation on this race. Probably the strongest female field we have here, this 200-meter breaststroke. Martha McCabe, 5th at the at the Olympic Games, gave everyone a thrill. Tara Van Bylen almost made the final in the 100. She didn't quite fare as good in the 200 breaststroke at the Olympics. She was 21st. But Ashley McGregor here, she wants to make the team. 2 spots here should make that FINA A cut, 227.88. That will be the race for the top 2 finishes here.
Lane number 4, Martha McCabe, 2012 London Olympian. Right beside her, Tara Van Bylen, and on the other side, Ashley McGregor, 20 years old from Point Claire Swim Club.
Martha McCabe had a great morning swim. She means business. She's really trying to practice her speed in the morning and night, which is crucial at the Olympic level. You have to make it to that semifinal final, but now she's joined by Van Bylen right beside her.
Lane number 3 taking this out. It will be Tara Van Bylen. An early lead at 32.89. Martha McCabe has her in her sights, 33.41. Right beside her, 33.65, Ashley McGregor.
These experienced women cannot take any chances. If they want to swim this race in Barcelona, you need to win this, and you don't even want to risk coming second here.
Martha McCabe has to be careful, can't let Van Bylen get too far ahead. 15 meters into this turn, and it is still all Tara Van Bylen with 5 meters to go. Tara Van Bylen, as she makes the turn in a time of 1:09.77, 1:10.98. Martha McCabe behind her. Ashley McGregor at 1:11.29.
Van Bylen looks very strong. Her and McCabe trained together last year with Joe Nagy out of UBC. Van Bylen, a native of Oakville. McCabe now training in Toronto, closer to her family.
Now it's a question, can McCabe and McGregor catch Van Bylen. It is still Van Bylen leading the way with 5 meters to go into the last 50. It is all Tara Van Bylen still. McCabe trying to make her move. Van Bylen 47.56. McCabe at 148.39. It's the last 50 of this women's 200-meter breaststroke.
And this is where all the training pays off. Van Bylen looking very strong. She's going to be difficult to catch here. Crowd is getting into this.
Can Van Bylen hold on? 25 meters to go. McCabe trying to make her move. Right beside her, McGregor trying to make her move. It is still Van Bylen. A body length lead with 15 meters to go. It is all Van Bylen. McCabe just does not have enough gas in the tank. It's Van Bylen. She will win this 200-meter breaststroke in a time of 2:25.84. Martha McCabe second in 2:27.35. They will both be going to Barcelona, Joanne, in the 200-meter breaststroke.
Van Bylen's happy with that time. She took that out great, and it was very close. Ashley McGregor was so close to getting Martha McCabe there. It came down to the last stroke and the timing of the last stroke. Let's look at the timing of the dive here. The underwater pull-out. McCabe looked like she was out to a very early lead. It might have cost her a little bit on that back end. But Van Bylen had her by the 50 here and pulling the underwater. She was very dominant. Would not let anyone get close to her. She wants to dominate this on the international stage, as she did in the 100 at the Olympics. Into the third and final turn here. It was a pretty close race here. And Ashley McGregor really came on strong in that last 50 meters to almost earn her first national team. Not quite here. It was McCabe for the silver.
Fantastic race by Van Bylen. She set the standard early, and no one could catch her. Sending 2 women in this event to Barcelona. Let's go downstairs to Chris.
On deck with the first and second place finishers in the 200 breaststroke. Both of them will swim this event once again this summer in Barcelona. Tara, first off, congratulations on the win, adding a second event to your schedule for this summer.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting summer. This team is shaping up to be a pretty young one, and it's exciting to be a part of a new generation, I guess. And yeah, going to swim the 100 and the 200 this summer, so it's going to be fun.
It's definitely going to be fun. Did it take some pressure off here in the 200 tonight by having that 100 already locked up from earlier in the week?
It took a little bit of pressure off, but the 100 wasn't fast enough for me. This still wasn't that amazing. I mean, I'm never satisfied, so yeah, I just wanted to get as far into the finale as I could.
Congratulations, Tara Van Bylen, and now the newest member of the team, Martha McCabe, second place here tonight in the 200 breaststroke. Martha, congratulations. Waiting till the 4th and final day to get your name officially on that Team Canada roster.
Yeah, it's always a waiting game for me. I always have the 200 at the end of a meet, whether it's nationals or any international meet, so kind of used to it, but it's nice to be done now.
A good close race throughout that entire 200 breaststroke final. You had Tara on one side of you who was out very quickly through the first 100, and you had Ashley battled right down to the final touch.
Yeah, I could feel Ashley right beside me, so I was just trying to stay calm and just touch the wall.
Congratulations, Martha McCabe on the team in the women's 200 breaststroke, and the winner, Tara Van Bylen, off to Barcelona this summer with Team Canada.
And interesting to note, Colin, the third place, Ashley McGregor, was also under that FINA A cut. So that's where it stings a little bit, and it came down to the final stroke to the wall again in a 200. So timing of walls critical.
Fantastic race by Van Bylen, McGregor, and McCabe. Only 2 can go, though, as we set it up for the men's 200-meter breaststroke B final. Only 3 more individual events left in these 2013 Canadian World Championship swimming trials. 2 more races to go until we see Olympic silver medalist Ryan Cochrane. He's won the 400, he's won the 800, his specialty event, the 15. He has the Canadian record, 14:39.63. Will be exciting to see what he can do tonight as he sets himself up for Barcelona in the summer.
He really is a leader of Team Canada, and speaking to him this week and his coach, They really have a quiet confidence about themselves. If you ask them about it, they'll tell you that they're really confident, but leadership in action, really.
He has stated many times he's a leader by example type of swimmer, and if you can't learn from his examples, then you really shouldn't be swimming. At the 100, the B final of the men's 200 breaststroke, and it's Igor Kozlowskic at 106.40. Jowan Kupti in third at 106.65, and in second, it is Durgasov.
And one of the technical aspects of breaststroke that they're really teaching the young development swimmers these days is, 10, 20 years ago, they're really teaching a wide, around breaststroke kick. And now it's quite a narrow kick, straight back, getting your feet out in the position and pushing back. And that way you can actually increase your turnover faster because you're not having these really long, lanky, around kicks. So something that's really been helping our Canadians get faster and faster.
Of course, Mike Brown, a fantastic Canadian swimmer, 200 breaststroke Olympian, has now retired. He led the way in Canada, Beijing and London.
And Scott Dickens, recently injured. He's not here at this meet. So again, the field is quite open for breaststroke.
It's a two-man race in this B final in the 200 breaststroke. Igor Kozlowskic winning in a time of 2:18.11. Right behind him, Jowan Kupti at 2:18.27. Another Bauman coming up in the A final, qualifying first, Ashton Bauman. Should be exciting to see him race. But before we do that, let's go to the other side of the pool. The women's 200-meter breaststroke medal ceremonies. Sending two women, Tara Van Bylen, Martha McCabe, and as Joanne said, Ashley McGregor also made the cut. That's a very deep event for Canada and only bodes well going into Rio, Joanne.
This is what we want to see. We want to see depth in Canadian swimming. Many swimmers, not just one making that FINA cut. Here we had three pushing each other. Martha McCabe knew she couldn't let back because she felt Ashley right beside her, and it did come down to the last stroke. So it motivates all of them to keep training faster, not only for Canadian Championship, but for world titles.
Van Bylen set the mark early, took it out, and was able to hold on. Fantastic to see her swim. There she is. Tara Van Bylen, big smile, wiping the brow. Relieved and happy. She's going to Barcelona. Should be a great showing for Canada in that event. Hopefully we'll get two into the final.
And I think these women, when you talk about believing, having made the finals, Martha McCabe, they have a lot of self-confidence.
All right, here we go, the men's 200-meter breaststroke A final. Mac Darragh, 19 years old from Oakville in lane number 8. CIS standout in the breaststroke, Jason Block. Lane number 1, 100-meter breaststroke champion and 50-meter breaststroke champion Richard Bunk in lane 7. Antoine Boujold in lane number 2 from Point Claire. Big smile from Andrew Posnikov, 26 years old from Simon Fraser. The third fastest qualifier, Jerome Boucher. The second fastest man, James Guest. He's in lane 5, and there he is, Alex Bauman product, Ashton Bauman.
Looks like a deja vu, doesn't it?
Scary stuff, 20 years young. Dad's watching on for sure, hoping his son makes his first berth onto a senior national A team.
That was for you, Dad. And again here, the field is wide open. Ashton Bauman in lane 4 and James Guest both qualified at 2:16. The FINA A standard is 2:12.78. So winner here takes all. Question is, will this be Ashton Bauman's first national team berth here?
You can be sure in lane 1, Jason Block, CIS standout in the 50, the 100, and the 200 will be taking this out. He's going to set a statement early, and the question is, can he hold on to it? Ashton Bauman, of course, in lane 4. Great back-end speed. But right now, as we thought, it's Jason Block and Ashton Bauman taking this first 50 out.
And Jason Block won the 100, and Antoine Bujold.
It's Richard Funk in lane number 7, 30.15. He has great outspeed as well.
That's right. He was the winner of the 100-meter breaststroke, so no surprise he's taking that out fast.
Bauman in the middle of the pool, lane 4. Funk in lane 7. Block over in lane 1. But right now, it's Ashton Bauman and Richard Funk.
And these swimmers really cannot see each other. They might get a glimpse of each other on the turn, and then it's as fast as you can go the last 100 here.
Turning first, Richard Funk, 104.04. Great first 100 by Richard Funk. Right behind him, 104.18, Ashton Bauman.
And this is where we'll see how much distance training and endurance Richard Funk has. Very close race here. Ashton Bauman has a chance here and a lot of room to catch up.
Swims for the University of Michigan, Richard Funk, his home team, Edmonton Keano Swim Club. Richard Funk and Ashton Bauman going into this last 50. It's going to be Richard Funk and Ashton Bauman turning together almost. 138.81, 138.84, the last 50. Here we go.
3 100 separating them. This is a race to the wall. Winner only will take the spot for the World Championships of Barcelona.
Trying to make his move, James Guest in lane 5, but it's Richard Funk and Ashton Bauman. Guest trying to make that move, 15 meters to go to the wall. Will Guest be able to catch Bauman and Funk? Doesn't look like it. Bauman, Funk into the wall. Who's it gonna be? Big touch here. It's gonna be Richard Funk. 2:14.84, a tie. Unbelievable swim by Bauman and Funk. Wow, they will both be going to Barcelona. What a great swim by them. Ashton Bauman, Richard Funk, 2:14.84. What a fantastic last 50.
Oh, they couldn't have scripted that race any better. Tied to the 100th of a second, 2:14.84. Ashton Bauman's first national team right here, right now. Barcelona, here you come. Richard Funk will be swimming that as well. I believe Swim Canada has to take them both, don't you?
We might have spoken too soon, but
we'll have to read the fine print here of the rules and regulations for this World Championship trials. See if someone gives us a thumbs up. Here's the first 50. Richard Funk out first. A little bit more of a sprint specialist, but Ashton did not want him to get far away. At the 100, within reach of each other. The 153 100 separating the two.
Ashton Bauman and Richard Funk.
Into the wall.
So please make their way over to the
exactly the same
table.
time, both earning a gold medal for sure. Will they both be going to Barcelona? Will be confirmed shortly.
Ashton Bauman and Richard Funk to the 100th, winning this men's 200-meter breaststroke. What a fantastic race by them. Richard Funk, of course, winning the 100 and the 50. Bauman, son of Alex Bauman, continuing that incredible legacy.
We'll be with you.
We go downstairs to Chris.
You guys, we just tied. An interesting situation here with a tie for the win at a World Championship trials.
Image of his father, that's Erie Joanne. Look at that. Ashton Bauman.
I wouldn't say eerie. It's wonderful, isn't it? like father, like son. Look at the touch here. Incredible. We're going to slow this right down. The theme tonight really has been the finish, the touch, the importance of it. And tonight just couldn't be called any closer than that to the exact same 100th of a second. I am so happy for them both. First national team for Ashton Bauman.
We're going to grab a word with both
trip
these
back
young
home.
gentlemen. As we're back down on deck here and going out on Sportsnet. So a 2:14.84, Ashton Bauman and Richard Funk, both coached by Derek Schoof. So Derek is going to speak to these gentlemen after we're done here, and we will get back to you with what the process will be to determine what's happening with the spot for the 200 breaststroke. In the past, when we've had a tie at a trials event, we have had a swim-off for the spot. It has happened in the past. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen tonight as both these guys start shaking their heads, but we are going to get back to you in a little while once they've had a chance to talk to their coaches. First, Richard, congratulations. Time for the win. You're already on the team in the 100, and you're here with your teammate that you get coached by the same coach with Ashton Bauman.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get much more exciting than that. And, you know, I saw him on the last 50, and I knew that I wasn't going to have much left, so I tried to go out after it. But, I mean, that's about as good as it gets right there.
It is. You can't get any closer. Ashton Bauman, over to you. Great swim here tonight. You got to be happy with that time and on the podium in that gold medal position.
I'm not really happy with the time. It's not very that fast, but I mean, as long as there's no swim off, I don't really care.
Well, we're going to let you guys figure that out. As mentioned, we will get back to everyone and update you on what will happen with the spot in the 200 breaststroke. But we're going to get Richard and Ashton right now to go and talk with their coach and head down for as they watch the replay on the scoreboard. We're also going to ask them actually right away to go down for the awards, which will be up next in the men's 200 breast.
I think all of Canadian swimming fans would love them both to go, but rules are rules. And I think we're going to get a final verdict coming up, Colin.
A possible swim-off in the 200-meter breaststroke for that spot in Barcelona, Joanne. I would not walk, I would run. These guys might have to swim another 200-meter breaststroke is what we're understanding right now. It hasn't been decided, but it will be decided shortly as Richard Funk and Alex Bauman make their way down the pool. You see them right there. Alex Bauman.
This is just like workout, right? And again, one more repeat, guys. But interesting, the coach is going to talk to them both, and there is a possibility one could give up their spot to the other and just forfeit the swim-off, and the other one would win automatically. Be interesting. I don't know if they're going to do that. Funk already on the team.
Ashton Bauman shaking his head, probably listening to his coach, Derek Schoof. There he is, Richard Funk, doesn't know what's going on. Both shaking their head, wondering if they have to swim this again. What a story that would be if they did. Ashton Bauman, Richard Funk tying to the 100th of a second in a 200-meter breaststroke race. First, we're going to do the medal ceremony.
Yeah, so swimmers out there, when you have to do the repeat or the set over one more time, it's only preparing you for World Championship trials here. Oh, and just when you don't have any more juice left to think of doing it all over again.
And of course, the lactic acid in their bodies building up nicely. They haven't been able to warm down. Standing there, getting their medals, and if they have to race, oh, what a race that would be. Ashton Bauman and Richard Funk standing up there, getting their gold medals. The bronze medalist, James Guest, would love to be in that situation right now, having to do a swim-off for the World Championship. So let's put that in perspective. There he goes, getting his bronze medal.
Richard Funk.
Of course, Richard Funk, swimming for University of Michigan during the school year. Neuroscience major.
And again, we see the teammate factor, both training under Derek Schoof in Edmonton. I know Ashton's in New Zealand right now, but they know each other very well.
Félicitations aux gagnants. This will be exciting, no doubt, to understand and figure out what the process is here. Big smiles right now.
Back to the pool for another
Probably
championship
inside they're
final here,
thinking,
our last
what am I going to do
individual
here?
Coach.
But before we get that decided, let's go to the 1,500 meter freestyle. Lane 8, Robert Wise from London Aquatic Club. Lane number 1, big smile, Peter Brothers from Island Swimming. Lane number 7, his teammate Keegan Zanetta. Lane number 2, Sean Penhale from Cascade. Another Island swimmer, Will Brothers, making his way out. Edmonton Piano product, Keir Maitland, thumbs up. He's ready to go in lane number 3. Island swimming again. Eric Hedlund in lane number 5. And here we go. Olympic silver medalist in this event, Ryan Cochran, 24 years old, swimming for Randy Bennett, Island Swimming.
You asked me earlier, Colin, how close this race is going to be for Ryan Cochran. Eric Hedlund, his teammate, is the next closest to him, 30 seconds behind him. Now he's going to be looking to close that gap, trying to get under 15 minutes himself. It's going to be all Ryan Cochran against the world here.
(14:39.63), the Canadian record held by the man in lane 4. The meet record, 14:54.66, held by the man in lane 4 as well. Kieran Perkins broke the world record here in '94 in the Commonwealth Games. And Joanne, you were there. You saw it happen.
At the time, he was such a legend, and watching his career and the legacy of Australians after him, and now Ryan Cochran, faster than those times even now, is just amazing to see for Canada.
Cochran, as expected, half a body length lead over the rest of the field. Hedlund right beside him. He swims with him every day. It's Ryan Cochran, though, first at the 100, and he'll turn in a time of 57.76.
Canadian record pace from the London Olympic Games was 56.36. So he's taking it out controlled.
Just a bit slower than his Canadian record pace. It's Hedlund and Cochran side by side.
Every time Ryan Cochran breathes to the left, he's looking at 3 teammates of his in a row that he trains with. They know him very well. Sometimes they even beat him in workout. So they're going to have quite a strategy to narrow that 30-second gap between Ryan and the rest of the field.
5 of the 8 swimmers in this 1,500-meter freestyle swim out of Island Swimming for Randy Bennett. Middle distance freestyle, a specialty for the Victoria Academy of Swimming. Hedlund will be heading for the Open Water Swimming Championships, the trials. Sunday, he takes off for that. Right now, he has the business of a 1,500-meter freestyle to attend to. Right beside Ryan Cochran. Cochran turning in a time of 1:58.08. Hedlund in third at 1:58.63, and in second spot, Will Brothers. All teammates, side by side by side.
And this is a great opportunity that someone like the likes of Ryan Cochran is going to force and enable other swimmers to improve drastically. You got Eric Hedlund to his left in lane 5 that just does not want to let go. And also his other teammate, Will Brothers, they know all their strategy is going to be is stay as close to Ryan as you can. So it's difficult for the top dog to be chased like that, but he's also encouraging a whole field of Canadians to be world class.
Cochran, Hedlund, and Brothers. Cochran with a half a body length lead here. Hedlund not letting Cochran go anywhere. Brothers right beside Hedlund. But it is still Cochran leading this 1,500-meter freestyle in a time of 2:58.58. Beside him, Hedlund, 2:59.07, and Brothers at 2:59.35.
This is going to amount to be a great swim for Eric Hedlund and Will Brothers to be right with Ryan Cochran, and on this pace early on. They look very comfortable at this pace. You can just imagine their workouts, day in, day out, doing the repeats together. They live and breathe it every day.
Will Brothers brother, Peter Brothers, in lane number 1, 16 years old. He swims for Island Swimming as well. It's still all Ryan Cochran, Eric Hedlund, and Will Brothers, middle of your pool.
I've got the splits in front of me of Ryan Cochran's 1500 at the London Games. He was holding 58s and 59s throughout the whole race. The last two 100s were 58.47, and the final 100 was 55.93.
Cochran turning in a time of 3:59:05. Hedlund 3:59.52, half a second later. Will Brothers 3:59.98.
You asked me earlier this week, Colin, if anyone could beat Ryan Cochran, if Hedlund was, there's a possibility of him beating Cochran, and I laughed it off thinking there's no way, that 30-second gap. And watching this swim right now, I know Ryan Cochran's swimming this pretty comfortably, but Hedlund looks amazing, and I think the confidence in training with him and being able to beat him on certain sets and workout, it's showing here.
Swimming excellence every day, having to face an Olympic silver medalist has helped Eric Hedlund in his progression in the 1500, no doubt. Right now, though, Cochran looks to be inching ever so further away from Hedlund, now extended his lead. 5 meters into this wall heel turn in a time of 4:59.48. Hedlund falling off the pace ever so slightly, 5:00.10, and right beside him, Will Brothers, still hanging on for third at 5:00.61.
And Eric Hedlund's goal going into this was to break that 15-minute mark, and him being 5:00 right now, it's going to be difficult unless he can negative split this race, which we've seen people do before. But that 15-minute barrier is a big one to break.
Hedlund not letting Cochran get too far. Fought back here. Cochran still leading at 5:29.87. Hedlund 5:30.11, and Brothers hanging on for that 3 spot, 5:30.82. But right now it's Ryan Cochran, silver medalist in London, bronze medalist in Beijing, in this 1500 meter freestyle. And he'll turn at the 600 mark and 6:00.36. They've all fallen off the pace just a bit. Hedlund 3/10 behind Cochran at 6:00.69. Brothers 6:01.19.
And looking at their strokes, Eric Hedlund in lane 5 at the white cap has a nice long stroke. Ryan Cochran, really well known for his nice long stroke count. Coach Randy Bennett really teaching all of his swimmers the importance of stroke count, and it's showing here.
It is a 3-man race. Cochran leading this in 6:30.55. Hedlund 6:30.95, and Brothers falling back ever so slightly at 6:31.51. But still, it's Cochran with half a body length lead over Hedlund.
And I could imagine being an Olympic medalist, everyone's chasing you at every meet every year. Ryan Cochran really has a 3-year plan now leading up to Rio. And as important as these trials are, he's really got bigger plans.
Cochran 7:00.80 leading this 1500 meter freestyle, and he's had some epic battles, Joanne, in the 1500 meter against world record holder Sun Yang. Oussama Malouli from Tunisia, of course, he's had an epic battle with him. Ryan Cochran, no stranger to tough swims in the 1500 meter freestyle.
The London Olympics, watching that race and calling that race was incredible, knowing that Coach Randy Bennett and him had really been working on that last 500 meters, knowing that Sun Yang of China would be sprinting that last 100 in the likes of around 54 seconds. And Ryan Cochran training so hard, he was able to bring it back in 55.93 for that silver medal. Was just amazing, and that's why he's our silver medalist from the Olympics.
Sun Yang, of course, the world record holder in 14:31.02. He established that in London. Great swim by him, and right now the man behind him and Canadian record holder Ryan Cochran turning at the 800 meter mark. He's fallen off a little bit more, 8:01.19, Joanne.
And it looks like Ryan Cochran in that 15-minute mark is what he's going to be wanting to break. I know we kind of thought he would be around around 14:47-ish, so he's a little bit slower than we thought he was going to be. But again, you never know what him and his coach have been working on, what their strategy is. They may be picking a segment of this race to really work. The last 500 meters, for example, where they want to be on pace, on target. So we'll see how it plays out. Meanwhile, teammates Hedlund and Brothers are getting a great swim out of this.
Cochran has been working on his speed work to pay attention and take care of that 400 freestyle. Of course, Ryan Cochran wants to get into that final in the 400 freestyle at World Championships and ultimately Rio in 2016. Right now, he has the 1500 to think about and worry about. 9:01.47, pulling away ever so slightly from Hedlund. Hedlund doesn't want to give that up yet. Still fighting with Ryan Cochran, has his eyes on Will Brothers, who's in the 3 spot.
And just to put this in perspective, his Canadian record pace that he set at the Olympics was about 13 seconds faster than the speed he's going now, which to the viewers would look like half of this Olympic-sized pool, almost 25 meters ahead of everybody else.
Cochran still ahead, 9:31.61. Breaking that 15-minute mark is in jeopardy. He will have to do some work here on this back half of the 1500-meter freestyle. He's trying to make some room on Eric Hedlund, his teammate from Victoria. Right beside him, his teammate Will Brothers, not letting Hedlund get out of sight. A body length lead now for Ryan Cochran as they head into the 1,000-meter mark. 500 meters to go. He turns in a time of 10:01.61, holding fast with those race splits. Under 15 minutes for this 1500-meter freestyle.
And with only 500 meters to go, the swimmers get a little bit more energy. They're on their last third part of their race, and Hedlund looks like he's picking up his pace here as well.
Cochran picking up the legs. Still in the lead over Eric Hedlund. Hedlund fighting still, tooth and nail to stay with Cochran. Cochran at 10:31.60. Hedlund 10:32.70.
And I was speaking to Coach Randy Bennett early this week and asking about the strategy for these trials, and he wanted Ryan to really work that 400 and work that 800 and swim the 1500 meters under load. So what that means is swimming tired basically from having raced so much. And at the World Championships there'll be a different order of events. His events will be spread out a little bit further.
Hedlund putting in a great performance here in this 1500-meter freestyle. He has the possibility of going a best time for sure. Cochran, not so much. Just looking for the win and a good swim for him. Cochran, a body length lead over Hedlund. Brothers making his move now, starting to bring in the legs a little bit.
And it's interesting, I have a good view right now of Coach Randy Bennett. Often the signs that they're making let you know whether they're happy or not with the pace. He's got 2 stopwatches, 1 in each hand. He's got so many swimmers in this race. He looks very serious and intense. See what signals he gives Ryan here as he passes him.
It is still Ryan Cochran by a body length lead over Eric Hedlund. Ryan Cochran 12:01.55. Hedlund 12:02.87. Brothers 12:03.74. And Cochran looks to be getting some space on Hedlund here. Will Hedlund respond and try to stay with Cochran?
That was the 300-meter left lap to go. We've got 6 lengths of the pool at this turn. There's only 5 lengths left of this 50-meter pool. Countdown begins.
Ryan Cochran 12:31.56. Hedlund making a little bit of time on him. 12:32.88. It is a 3-man race for sure. Island swimmers Cochran, Hedlund, and Brothers. Middle of your pool. With 5 meters to go. 200 meters left. It's Cochran turning in a time of 13:01.46. 4 lengths to go. Will Hedlund have enough gas in the tank to make it a race with Cochran?
Hedlund's goal of breaking that 15-minute mark could happen. So see how much he can work on that back half and sprinting, and I know it's one of the strategies they're probably working on as a team.
He's going to have to take a page out of Alexa Kormanicki tonight, Joanne, and have the swim of his life here this last 200. Cochran leading still in 13:31.43. Headland 13:32.92. You can see the legs starting to come in for Headland, but there he is, Ryan Cochran, still in the lead, breathing every stroke, feeling this 1,500-meter freestyle.
They're going to hear the bell lap here, which means 100 meters to go, 2 lengths to go, and the sprint's going to be on. And Headland and Brothers, knowing they're that close to Ryan Cochran, are going to be super pumped here.
Brothers making his move, Cochran turning first, 100 meters to go. Brothers starts to gain some ground on Headland. It's going to be a battle for silver. Cochran starts to make his move on this final 100.
The race is on. It's a 100-meter dash here, the last 100 meters of the 1,500-meter race.
Brothers giving it his all, Joanne, for second spot in this 1,500-meter freestyle to send to its 15:14.38. That's possible. Cochran, 50 meters to go. All white water from behind. Headland and Brothers, who will get the tickets to Barcelona?
Top 2 are definitely under that standard. Whoever wins gold, obviously Cochran here, but silver is going to Barcelona.
Brothers has now taken second spot. Cochran will win this 1,500-meter freestyle, but it's Brothers now a half a body length lead over Headland. Cochran will win the 1,500-meter freestyle in a time of 14:59.73. Fantastic swim by him. Brothers gets to go to Barcelona at 15:02.48 and Headland 15:03.64.
What a fabulous race, and that's why we love the 1,500 meter. There's always stories, there's always excitement. These men work 1,500 meters so hard. Right to my left is Brothers' father, and he is just pumped to see his son make the national team. Going to Barcelona, he's got 2 sons in this race. He's a team doctor here. And here's Ryan Cochran into the wall, easily winning gold. But look at that silver medal and birth to Barcelona. Teammates from Island Swimming, coached by Randy Bennett.
Cochran can't be too happy with that time. Happy, of course, with the placing. Headland a little upset about that last 150. Will Brothers overtaking him.
It's difficult to think you're going to be making the team for 1,400 meters and then get beat on the last 100 meters by your teammate, but they train together and they're pushing Canada further and further up the ranks internationally.
What a race for second. Big hug. Cochran giving Brothers. It's Brothers and Cochran heading to Barcelona in the 1,500 meter freestyle. Randy Bennett, head coach of Victoria, has to be happy with that. Let's go downstairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, on deck with our winner, Ryan Cochran, and newest member of Team Canada for the World Championships, Will Brothers, touching second in this men's 1,500 free. Now, Ryan, you looked really smooth throughout that entire race, pretty relaxed. #1 time in the world for 2013.
I'm glad it looks smooth. It didn't feel smooth. But, you know, I've had a good weekend, and it's been a good 4 days. And to swim those 3 events is difficult, but if we want to be tough, that's what we got to do.
And obviously, heading off to the World Championships, you're going to be right in the mix with all those world-class swimmers. It's going to be an exciting summer over in Barcelona.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always exciting, no matter where we are, where we're racing, and to be able to put the Maple Leaf on, I think just inspires us to do so much more than we could have done otherwise.
Well, congratulations, Ryan. Will Brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Second place finish in the men's 1,500 freestyle. And that time here tonight makes him the second fastest Canadian all time in the 1,500 freestyle. Great swim, Will. Congratulations. And you got a big smile on your face as soon as you touched the wall and realized you were on the World Championship team.
Yeah, I've worked really hard, so it's glad to see that it's paid off.
Well, and, I mean, did you have any idea of what pace you guys were on throughout that entire race? Did you peek up at the clock at all, or you don't do that?
No, I don't do that. I just put my head down and hope for the best.
And a great battle with your teammate, Eric, next to you. And only one of you can go, but a great race. You're now second and third all-time behind the man on my right, Ryan Cochran.
Yeah, it's pretty special to train where we do, and Eric had a great race too, and I'm just really happy to be here.
Well, congratulations, Will, on the World Championship team for this summer, and Ryan, congratulations as well.
What an unbelievable race.
Wow.
For brothers, a big hug from his brother. The second fastest 1,500 meter freestyle time ever in Canada. You saw it tonight.
That was exciting. See, 1,500 meters, always something exciting happens in that, especially when you got Ryan Cochran leading the way.
Fans got treated to a fantastic 1,500 there and a fantastic week of racing, Joanne.
I've been so happy with, again, the youth of the new swimmers making Team Canada. A lot of potential in the next 3 years leading up to Rio and beyond.
Conclusion here of Heat 1. Madam referee.
All right, well, the last events of the week. 4x100 meter medley relay. 2 heats for the women, 3 heats for the men. Eric Hedlund in that 1,500 meter freestyle. Joanne, do you think that he paid too much attention to Ryan there and not enough to brothers?
I think in the excitement of it all, I mean, they were so even throughout that race, and it's who can bring it home the most. And obviously, Will Brothers had that fastest split on the last 100, and it was his position. That's heartbreaking, though, for Hedlund. I feel for him, but you know, he knows he's going to be right up there as well, and there's many more competitions in his career.
More than 13 seconds off his best time. Will Brothers gets a spot on the World Championship team to Barcelona, and that just speaks volumes about the program that Randy Bennett is running in Victoria, what he's doing with long distance and middle distance swimming.
Absolutely. It's a testament how many are in the final, the youth of them as well. Will Brothers' younger brother, Peter, is only 16 and up in the ranks there as well. So, you know, Randy knows his stuff. He's head coach of the Olympics for a reason, and it's great for Canada to have him and all what he's able to produce.
It's that identification of new talent that's so vital to Canadian swimming, and to be able to grow that and foster that.
Well, I always love the story when Randy Bennett first started coaching Ryan Cochran. Ryan was a backstroker at the time, and Randy, his coach, was like, no, let's try freestyle, and started grooming him for that. So he knows a swimmer's specialty when he sees it.
Those two first met when Ryan was 11 years of age. He's now 24. They've been together ever since, through Pan Pacifics and World Championships and Olympics. They've seen it all. Their goal, of course, is Rio in 2016. They will first attack in Barcelona this summer, and they'll do it alongside another teammate, Will Brothers, the second fastest Canadian all time now in that event. That's just fantastic for long distance swimming here in Canada.
And that's what we were hoping for, closing that gap. That 30-second gap is now half of that, right? So it's great for Canadian swimming, and to keep the depth growing. That's what we really want. Not just 1 or 2 Canadians that can get some medals internationally, but in every event. Come on.
You laughed me off earlier, Joanne, about a possible win from someone other than Ryan Cochran. Now it doesn't seem too far off in the future.
I should always listen to you, shouldn't I, Colin?
If you could only see her face right now, ladies and gentlemen.
And Ryan said himself, you know, that race didn't feel very smooth for him. I think he was surprised that he wasn't able to push that a little bit more.
Well, he has time to work on that for sure until Barcelona. That happens this summer. Canada will be wishing him well as he battles for a medal, taking on Sun Yang from China. It's the first heat of the women's 4x100 meter medley, and Shantique Payne with the lead from the Guelph Marlin Aquatic Club. She wins it for Guelph in a time of 4:16.45. Right beside her, Toronto Swim Club. Paige Schultz with that last 50 for the wall. She comes second, 4:16.57.
As we wait the official results of that first heat, we will send in the awards now on the men's 1500 freestyle.
As we go downstairs.
Et maintenant, la remise des médailles pour le 1500 mètres libre.
It's the men's 1500 meter freestyle medal ceremony, and it's all island swimming. Randy Bennett's crew, Headland Brothers and Cochrane.
Presenting the awards will be the president of Swim BC, Dean Crawford.
What a fantastic last 100 by Will Brothers. There's Eric Headland receiving his medal.
The bronze medalist.
Still a smile. Fantastic to see. Great things for him in the future.
Eric Headland now the third
big cheer for
in the 1500 free.
Will Brothers and his home crowd.
Et la médaille d'argent.
Second fastest Canadian
Looks like he's 11 years old.
Freestyle from Island Swimming, Will
Instead
Brothers.
of the 18. Ryan
and the gold
Cochrane.
medalist.
Et la médaille d'or.
With the fastest time in the world for 2013.
Fastest time in the world so
Ryan
far.
Cochrane.
He wins the 1500 meter freestyle. Strong win for him.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Félicitations aux gagnants.
Congratulations to our medalists in the men's 1500 freestyle. Disqualification in the women's 4x100 medley relay heat 1, lane 7 disqualified.
Well, Joanne, it was a fantastic week of swimming, and tonight was the theme of grit and guts and touches, don't you think?
It totally was. It came down to 1/100ths of a second to tying Alexa Kormanicki, making the swim after having swum the 800, and then Will Brothers battling to make the spot. Was just fabulous to watch.
Now, we will get word on the 200-meter breaststroke for men. Of course, Richard Funk and Ashton Bauman touching in an identical time, wondering if who's going to go where at that World Championships, if they'll send 2 or 1. And if we do hear word, we'll get back to you. If not, Barcelona, here we come in the summer. Thanks for watching.
These two of the women's 400 medley, a great team battle on the team point scores. The combined team scores heading into this relay event. Only 1.5 points between the top two. Combined team scores, UBC Dolphins at 429, Oakville Aquatic Club 427.5, and Point Claire 406 in third before these relay events. Top entry time for the UBC Dolphins at 4:04.30. Moving well in lane 3 is Cascades Brooklyn Snodgrass. Snodgrass has Cascade in the lead, second right now. Looks like Oakville in lane 2. 1:02.32 for Snodgrass. and Cascade. Oakville's Annie Harrison is second. And third is lane 4, the UBC Dolphins. Close racing here in the women's 400 medley relay. Third now is Point Claire's Ashley McGregor has them up in the third spot. Oakville has Tara Van Bylen in lane 2, the winner of the 100 breaststroke. Oakville leads the way, Cascade is second. And Point Claire currently third in lane 5. Third swimmer is Butterfly Swimmers in the water. Oakville has Marnie Oldershaw, Cascade Colleen Nesbitt, Point Claire Caroline Kuzinski, and lane 4, the gold medalist in the 50 fly with a new Canadian record this week for Noemi Thomas. Oakville followed by Cascade and Point Claire. Some valuable team points on the line here on our relays. Into the lead in lane 4, Noemi Thomas has the UBC Dolphins in first spot. 3:13.18, followed by Point Claire and then Oakville. Brittany Harley swimming freestyle for the Dolphins in 4. Point Claire has Samantha Sheverton and Oakville, Jacqueline Curie. Final 50, Brittany Harley against Samantha Sheverton. Coming on strong is Oakville on the outside in lane 2, Jacqueline Keir. 25 to go. Sheverton on the World Championship team has pulled up with Brittany Harley as they head under the flag. That's going to be close. Sheverton flying down the pool, and it will be Point Claire 4:08.76 second to the UBC Dolphins, 4:09.09, and third at 4:10.10, Oakville Aquatic Club. Results on the board for that heat are official. We now go into our first of 3 heats in the men's 4x100 medley relay. Reminder, don't go anywhere, folks. We will be introducing our World Championship team at the conclusion of this session. But now we have our first of 3 time final heats in the men's 400 medley relay. Lane 3, University of Alberta. Lane 4, Halifax Trojans. And lane 5, UVic Pacific Coast Swimming. Lane 5, UVic Pacific Coast Swimming has the lead. At the halfway point, butterfly swimmers now in the pool. Final swimmer away in lane 5, Nicholas Sinclair for UVic Pacific Coast Swimming. Second, Reel 318 for the Halifax Trojans. Their final swimmer is Geraint Berger and Robert McKinnon in the pool for University of Alberta in lane 3. And the top time here in Heat 1, UVic Pacific Coast Swimming at 3:53.80 is the time to beat. Second, Halifax Trojans, 3:56.44, and University of Alberta, third, 3:58.64. Results on the board are official. Heat 2, men's 400 medley relay.
Let's go, Cheetah!
Lane 1, Newmarket Stingrays. Lane 2, Elites. Lane 3, Cascade B Team. 4, Simon Fraser Aquatics. 5, St. Park Olympique. 6, Point Claire B Team. And 7, the China Swim Club. Close race in our second of 3 heats in the men's 400 medley relay. .301.14. Simon Fraser leads the way in lane 4. Top time in heat 2 will be lane 4, Simon Fraser Aquatics, 3:53.45. Second, 3:54.77 for Point Claire. And third in the heat, Cascade, 3:55.80. Results on the board are official, as we now have our third and final heat in the men's 4x100 medley relay. In lane 1, the Point Claire Swim Club. Lane 2, Camo. Lane 3, the UBC Dolphins. Lane 4, Toronto Swim Club. Lane 5, Etobicoke Swimming. Lane 6, Cascade. 7, the Oakville Aquatic Club. And 8, the Oakville Aquatic Club B Team. Madam Referee. Still plenty more to come at the conclusion of this relay. We will be introducing our World Championship team, as well as presenting all of our World Championship Trials meet awards, including our team championship banners. Top seed, Toronto Swim Club in lane 4 at 3:46.56. The Canadian record, 3:40.84, held by the UBC Dolphins. Right together, the first one to the wall is Cascade, 56-17 for Russell Wood. Second, the UBC Dolphins and Kelly Aspinall on third with lane 5, Etobicoke with Gleb Subarov. Close battle going on in lane 4, 5, and 3. 4 is the Toronto Swim Club. Warren Barnes on the breaststroke leg, hands over to Troy McDonald. 5, Etobicoke, Bogdan Nezovic to Will Wright. And 3, the UBC Dolphins, Sergey Holson to Coleman Allen. Going to be a great finish. UBC Dolphins against Etobicoke right now in the top 2, with Toronto currently third. Final swimmers on the blocks and ready to go. UBC away first is Coleman Allen to Tommy Goslin. 5, Etobicoke, Will Wright to Ali Abdel-Khalik, and Toronto, Troy McDonald to Blake Worsley. Final 30 meters, Blake Worsley charging home in lane 4, trying to catch Tommy Goslin. Ali Abdel-Khalik for Etobicoke is right there as well as they head into the finish. It will be the UBC Dolphins touching first in 3:44.50. Second will be Toronto, 3:46.29, and third, 3:46.94 for Etobicoke. Results on the board for that relay are official. If we can get our top 3 teams, UBC, Toronto, and Etobicoke, as well as our medalists for the women's relay down to the awards podium area, we will present the awards for our relay events in just a few moments. Presenting the awards now for the women's 400 medley relay.
Et maintenant, pour la remise des médailles, 4 fois 100 mètres relais, femmes.
Presenting our awards will be the President of Swimming Canada, Dave DeVlieger. The bronze medalist.
La médaille de bronze.
Andy Harrison, Tara Van Bylen, Marty Holshaw, and Jacqueline Curie, the Oakville Aquatic Club. Silver medalist.
Et la médaille d'argent.
Lauren Lavinia, Laura Thompson, Noemi Thomas, and Brittany Harley, the UBC Dolphins. And the gold medalist.
Et la médaille d'or.
Alexia Zebnik, Ashley McGregor, Caroline Kaczynski, and Samantha Sheverton, the Point Claire Swim Club. Congratulations, ladies.
Félicitations, mesdames.
While we get ready for our men's relay awards, can we ask all members of the World Championship and FISU Games teams to please make their way down to the lifeguard station under the scoreboard. Once again, that's all members of the World Championship and FISU Games teams. Please report to the lifeguard station under the scoreboard. Our next event will be the awards presentation for the men's 4x100 medley relay.
Et la remise des médailles pour le 4 x 100 mètres relais homme.
Presenting the awards now for the men's 400 medley relay. Once again, presenting the awards will be the President of Swimming Canada, David DeVlieger. The bronze medalist.
Et la médaille de bronze.
Gleb Suvorov, Bogdan Nezovic, Will Wright, and Ali Abdelkhalik at Etobicoke Swimming. Silver medalist.
La médaille d'argent.
Matthew Myers, Warren Barnes, Troy McDonald, and Blake Worsley, the Toronto Swim Club. And the gold medalists.
Et la médaille d'or.
Kelly Aspinall, Sergey Holson, Coleman Allen, and Tommy Goslin, the UBC Dolphins. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Félicitations aux gagnants.
Once again, we'd ask all World Championship and FISU Games team members to please make their way to the lifeguard station. And we have a decision in the men's 200 breaststroke, the tie between Richard Funk and Ashton Bauman. There will not be a swim-off. Richard Funk has declined the spot, which means Ashton Bauman is on Team Canada for the World Championships 2013. Our next event, we do direct your attention to the awards podium area for our individual meet awards. Presenting the awards will be the competition chair, Margaret Penning, along with the president of Swimming Canada, Dave DeVlieger. Our rookie of the meet, the male rookie of the meet, 7th place in the 800 freestyle, 9th in the 1500 freestyle, from the Alberta Marlin Aquatic Club, Nathan Sawicki. The female rookie of the meet, 3rd in the 1500 freestyle from Etobicoke Swimming, Olivia Anderson. Our swim of the meet, men's swim of the meet, for his win in the 400 freestyle, 910 points, 347.08, from Island Swimming, Ryan Cochran. Our female swim of the meet,